What's up, boys and girls? Signal Warden here. And we are going to be starting a series of Let's Plays around this game here called Path of Exile. And this game is pretty badass. A lot of people might recall that I specifically said I was never going to do a Let's Play. Because I don't like them. Fair enough. But then this game came along. It's a loot drop game. Don't mind the noise, it's just my coffee cup. It's a loot drop game. It's, Diablo 3 Torchlight vein, or any Diablo game, Torchlight vein. It's, made by indie dev Grinding Gear Games, and it's pretty badass. I enjoy everything about this game. As you can see, I ran my first test character, Muffle Foreskin. Yeah, that's what's up. And a couple other characters. I've actually run them through a few times and deleted them for different reasons, testing stuff out. But, I'm going to create a new character, and we're going to do this from the beginning, and I'm hoping that you guys are going to enjoy taking the trip with me. So, I'm going to be playing this a lot, so I figure might as well take you guys along for the ride with me, and we'll see what we think. I decided I was going to start off, I was torn because I wanted to start off with a hybrid character, but then I played a ranger, and the ranger's really badass, but I think I'm going to stick with a hybrid character, so let's create a character. One of the first things you're going to notice in this game is the dialogue is fantastic. Like, the voice acting is so good. Alright, let's create our character. Here we go.
Attention, prisoners! For your crimes against Ariath, you have been exiled to the forsaken continent of Rayclast. The Magisters of Ariath are merciful and have granted all exiles one weapon. Choose wisely. Ariath has bestowed a gift upon you, a chance to redeem your crimes, a new life. Do not squander it.
So there you go. That's your little background as to how you got here, and you have your 6 different classes. Now, we also, if you see down here, you see League. That's basically your difficulty setting. So you got Default and Hardcore. For this, since we want to keep going as long as possible, and I suck at everything, we're going to start with Default, which is basically normal. I guess it says Default so you don't feel like an asshole about yourself, but it's easy mode. We're going easy mode. So yeah, let's take a look at our classes, and we're gonna start. Let's start from the right, because everybody goes left to right. We're going Japanese style, right to left.
They were right to fear me. If only they had listened to their cowardice. Had they not taken my home with fire, I would not have taken their children. Now I'm banished to Rayclast. I've heard the dark rumors, seen the terror in the other exiles' eyes. But to me, one land is like any other. The elements are my allies, the dead are my servants, and fear will be my closest friend.
Well then, that's Spooky Bitch McGee, aka the Witch. Who we got here?
He had it coming. Was I supposed to bear such insults with inaction simply because of his high birth? That lord sang a different tune with 6 inches of steel in his guts. Now they call me a criminal for defending my honor. I'd do the same again to anyone who crossed me. I care naught for riches, little for friendship. The duel is all I need. I may be in exile, but I will carve a road back to Oriath, one foe, one victory at a time. Ill fortune may have banished me to Rayclast, but I will live to hear them scream my name in the great arenas again.
So this is your I have fucking mommy issues, anger management like a boss duelist. Pretty cool. This is the ranger, we played her.
You
I love
can't
the way
own a
this is set
life.
up.
Not a deer's, not a rabbit's, and not mine. Every soul has a birth-given right to live however they will, however they can. I take from the wilderness, and one day it'll take me in return. Not that the fat lords of Ariath believe in such things. They call me poacher and thief. clap me in irons and haul me like cargo into exile. No matter. I'll make the forests and mountains of Rayclast my new home. My freedom and my bow. That's all I need.
Pretty cool. Okay. And the first character I built was this big motherfucker here. This Nathan Explosion looking cat. Let's take a look at Nathan Explosion.
I am a warrior. I was born to fight, raised to defend my tribe. Now, I have been taken from my people, chained and exiled by cowards who fear death. Death is my brother. I do not fear him. I see him in the eyes of the men and beasts that I kill. I feel him traveling beside me to this new land, this Rayclast. He will take me to meet the ancestors when I am ready, and I am not ready.
Well, Khal Drogo ain't fucking round. Alright, then we got Fancy Pants Hipster over here.
A simple job, I was told. Silence a big mouth, get a big payout, and no one was going to be the wiser. Tidy, except for one loose end. Me. I would have kept my mouth shut. Professional integrity, it's called. Unfortunately, not something my employers believed in. They raised a toast to a job well done. I drank, and the next thing I know, I'm on this stinking crate bound for exile. It's not a complete loss, I suppose. The way I hear it, there'll be plenty of work for a man of my talents in Rayclast.
Well, and last but not least, Zeus.
I fought, wept, and bled for God and the Order. I would have died for my Templar brothers, every single one. And how do they reward my piety, my devotion? They exile me to the land of the damned, to Rayclast. I know now that my brethren are merely God's tools. He has given me this path to walk, so I shall muster my strength and my power, and my faith. It is my shield against the darkness to come.
Alright, so the way it works is basically there's 3 core elemental powers. There is agility, which is this
You
chick.
can't own a life.
Magic,
Not a deer's, not a rabbit's.
They were
which
right to
is the
fear
witch.
me. If only
and
they had listened to their
strength,
cowardice.
which is this
I
guy.
am a warrior.
And then you got
I was
hybrids in
born to
between.
fight, raised
So
to
you
defend my
have
tribe. Now,
Agility and
I
strength,
have been taken
which
from
I
my
believe
people.
is a duelist.
He had it coming. Was I
Magic
supposed
and
to bear
agility,
such insults with
which
an action
is
simply
the
because of
shadow.
A simple job, I was told.
and strength and
Silence a
magic,
big mouth, get a big payout.
which
I
is
fought,
the Templar.
wept, and bled for God and the Order. I
Now,
would have died for my Templar brothers, every single one. And how do they reward my
just
piety?
for this,
my
I think
devotion?
we're gonna go. See,
They
and this is the great
exile
thing.
me
Like,
to
they
the
encourage you to
land
make
of
as
the
many
damned,
characters as possible.
to
Shut
Rayclast. I know
up,
now that my
Brave.
brethren are merely God's tools.
We'll wait till
He
Mel
has
Gibson
given
over here
me
is
this
done.
path to walk, so I shall muster
Again.
my strength and my power,
Yeah.
and my faith.
Uh-huh.
It is my shield
Oh,
against
cool.
the darkness to come.
That is awesome. You're done. Okay, he's done. So yeah. Basically, I want to do for this a hybrid character. The way the game is set up, it's set up so that you have as much variation as possible, and you can go back in and create character after character after character.
I fought, wept, and bled for God and the Order.
Fucking really?
I would have died for my Templar brothers, every single one.
What?
And how do they reward my piety,
Shut
my
up.
devotion? They exile me to the land of the damned.
So we're just
A
gonna
simple
go
job, I
Shadow,
was told. Silence a big mouth, get a big payout.
and it's gonna be
And
Signal
no
Warden.
one was going to be the wiser. Tidy, except for one loose end.
I was gonna go Templar, but he wouldn't shut the fuck up. So there's that. So yeah, here we are, washed up on the beach. You can see our first item here, glass shank. Let's pick it up and get this shit going.
Nothing like a brisk dip to start the day. Now where on God's arse am I?
We're all that made it. They dumped 24 of us exiles off that ship. Guess that makes us the lucky ones. Luckier than this poor bastard beside me, at any rate. Splinter sticking out of me. Missed all the important bits. I saw smoke at those ruins up the beach. Go get some help. And I might just...
Or not. Rusted sword. So you can see, you start getting loot, like, from the word go. Alright, so this is our shadow. And, let's discuss what we got here before we get any baddies here. You got 2 vials. Vials are your heal system, basically. They fill up as you battle. So the more you kill, the faster they fill up. So if you run out and you're out of health, you're SOL. But if you run out and then fight, they'll fill up. So for the next fight, you'll have them again, which is a pretty cool system. You take your hits pretty hard. Even the bigger guys take hits pretty hard. And then here we have Mana Flask, which is basically hotkeyed to 5. I don't know if this refills. Yeah, it also refills as you get kills. I can't show you the skill tree yet, but you'll see what I was talking about with the different variations and different paths you can take. What's cool is any character can go in any direction. The only difference between them is they start with a different base number in each of the strength, agility, magic, so that we could see it. This is the first time I'm playing the Shadow class, so we're going to discover him together. Then we have... I'm sorry, my throat is dying today. Microtransaction stash. So there's an online shop, which opens in the web browser. Cosmetic effects. And, yeah, I mean, it's just purchasable shite. Then we have our default attack, which is set up to... And you can see there's 3... It's a little hard to tell even when you're running it at full screen, but what you're basically looking at is it's a 3 attack with your left mouse. You'll get a 3rd skill for your right mouse key, and then the scroll wheel does another attack. Kind of crap if you don't have a scroll wheel, but let's face it, it's a gaming mouse. Everybody's got them. And if you're playing this game, you're a pretty hardcore gamer, so you probably have it. And if you're sitting through watching me fucking walk in circles with this guy like this, chances are you have it. So, yeah, and then you'll see down here we have spell slots. These are going to fill up with spells. All of that consumes mana, which you see over here. Works a lot like your health. And then you got your social... So you can talk to your friends, create a party, public parties, underage parties, stripper parties, a bunch of stuff. You'll have your inventory, which will fill up as we go. You see we got that rusted sword there. Interesting thing about the inventory, it is a inventory Tetris. If you're not familiar with that term, it basically means items have a certain amount of space that they take up. And if you want to carry it in your inventory, it's going to take up that space. So, and then you'll see we only have this glass shank, which we found. Oh, another cool thing, you'll notice that this has 3 different circles, 3 different colors. Each of those circles allows an upgradable stone to be placed into the item. And it's got to be based on that color. And you'll see what the colors mean as we go along. But basically, you can modify any weapon however you want based on those stones, and you collect them as you go. You'll see this one only has a slot for the blue, and I don't have anything else, but when it comes up, I'll show you. And then you do have a chance for a secondary setup, and then your primary setup. So, that's your inventory. And then, I don't know if we can open our skill tree. We can't. Not yet. And then, here we go. So, intelligence... Dexterity, strength. I'm sorry, it's not agility, it's dexterity. Big fucking difference. So, you can see he's spec'd out to dexterity and intelligence, which is magic. We've all played every game. We know blue means magic. Whereas you'll see that the Templar would be intelligence and strength, and the... How was the other one? The other hybrid? Oh, the duelist is... strength and dexterity, and then you'll find the ranger is just dexterity, the marauder is just strength, and the witch is just intelligence. So it'll be like, say the duelist. The duelist would be set for 22, 22, 14 in intelligence. And that's really the only difference between them. That's where it stops. The most amazing thing about this game is the skill tree. Wait till you see that. If you haven't seen it yet, wait till you see that. Alright, let's get this fucking party started. Let's kill this fucking face hugger. You die too, zombie. No chops. Another head crab. Mother. You can probably hear clicking coming through the mic too. I apologize for that. There's not a whole lot I can do about that right this second. Man, no drops. I'm getting very unlucky here. I gotta say, man, for this is an indie title, and they did. I mean, look at the textures, look at the water, look at the rain, look at the wet slickness on the rocks, like the movement, the animations. They kicked ass in this game. Don't spit at me. Take that, Lamar. Nothing? Man, I've been getting a lot of empty chests today. Oh, and I died because I wasn't paying attention to my health. I'm a baddie. Who's a baddie? I promise you this will not be all shit like that. We're gonna do this proper. We could do like Pee Wee Herman's thing, so like if you see my health start to get low, just scream. Like you found the secret word. Dude, for real? What the hell? I want drops, damn it. Come here, Lamar. This is... I have never had so few drops. This is pathetic. Dude, they did so... I'm so impressed with this game. I don't care. Whatever. Call me a fanboy. Go fuck yourself. You're right. This game is awesome. You there, boy. What day is it? It's drop day. Give me drops, you fuck! Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Oh good. Something I don't need.
It's nice not being dead yet.
There we go, I leveled up. So I can show you a skill point in a second. Yeah, plate vest, now we're talking. If you pick up anything that has an open slot, you will automatically put on that piece or grab that weapon, whatever the case may be, so that's convenient. But this is ridiculous, like... Oh boy. Alright, so you can see I just had to pop that potion. Gets me back up to health. Let's go back in. Oh, a scroll, that's good. Scroll of Wisdom is nice. Scroll of Wisdom basically for unidentifiable and the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Derp. It's for unidentifiable items. You're gonna get some pickups that are unidentifiable, which basically means you can't use them until you identify it, which is, so you need the identifying scroll to identify them, and once you identify them, you can use them because you've used the identifying scroll to identify the unidentifiable object, which is now identified. And then you can use it. Oh, didn't even see you. What's up, dude? Rusted cask. Fuck yeah, helmet. I wonder how far out I can go here. I never made an honest attempt. There's a good chance I'm just gonna fall. You know, this is like the shallowest beach I've ever seen. Ugh, great. Driftwood Scepter. I don't need that. Okay, that's my limit right there. So it follows the edge of the coastline. It's not too bad. Nice lightning effect. Water, not really realistic on the water, but it's good. Oh, another scroll of wisdom. Dude, I have never gotten this little. Like, every run I've gone through, I've gotten much better. Like, I haven't gotten any upgraded weapon drops. Like, I've got nothing. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Okay. You see that giant badass? That is a boss type character. So before we go mess with him, let's go into our skill points. You can see the passive skill points. Now, if you haven't seen this, I don't know what you're doing here. Go evaluate your life and go back and look, because this is amazing. See, somebody's actually asking right now, how can I identify an item? That's what knowledge scrolls. So you see, this is where we start. So here's our 22 points, and it starts skilling off in this direction. So this is why I wanted to go hybrid with a character. If you don't go hybrid, it skills off so that you have one path that it goes off instead of two. So this gives us a lot more variety, but it doesn't matter in the big scheme of things, and I'm going to show you why in a second. Let us zoom out. So here's the center. This is where all classes start. Bum, 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 ba-da, doom, 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 doom. There's your 6 classes. Done. They all have to come back towards the center. That's why it doesn't matter. Oh my god, look at that friggin' skill tree. If you've seen anything this sexy before, please, write to me. Let me know. Because you're a fucking liar. And I want everyone to know that you are a liar. But yeah, so this is your passive skill tree in Path of Exile. This is amazing. But we all got to start somewhere, so let's zoom back in and see where we got to start. We got 2 options. We can either go spell damage, or 10% increased spell damage, or we can go attack speed. Spell damage is awesome, but we don't have any spells yet because we didn't get any cool weapons, we didn't pick up any stones, like, we got pretty gypped. So, let's go with the attack speed. It is committed. Let us return. Alright, so that's the best we got. Oh, let's check our inventory, make sure we don't have anything that we could use. Stupid gay wand. Stupid scepter. I've never gotten this. This is the worst drops I've ever had. You know what, let me turn off social. Can I do that? Is there a way? Let's hide global chat. There we go. Okay, yeah, so I got some fucking shoes, a hat, and a shirt, and a glass shank. Alright, let's go fight the giant ogre with our pointy stick. Oh crap, what the hell? He legit just... Yeah. So that's it, we have to start from the beginning, but... On the plus side, everybody's already dead. So we'll run straight to Hillock. Try this again. I'm serious, I've never had to fight him without anything before. This is the worst I've ever gone in. Man, I got nothing here. It would be that I would get the one with no... Like, honestly, if you've played Path of Exile, look at that inventory and tell me... Well, there's a stone. So now, double strike. Level 1, mana cost 8, da-da-da. So now I have a spell, magically. That wasn't there before. I guess the game felt bad for me. Alright. So, at least I could do something now. Ooh, that hurt. Let's get away from him. Get ourselves some more health. Get a double strike in on him. Again. Yeah, always. In case you didn't notice it, he just pulled that sword out of himself. Yeah. I'm fighting a guy who just pulled a sword out of himself. And now my first vial is empty. Great. Just gonna have to kite him.
Feeling a bit short on mana.
Oh, are you? That's cool. Finally! He's all kinds of dead. We got an alert here. Enter town for your reward. There's a map. I don't think I need to say what the shortcut key is for map. Okay, we got a simple robe. We got a battered cap. Driftwood wand, which we don't really need. Driftwood wand. And a nailed fist. So, let's take a look at our items now. And this gives us a higher evasion rating. This gives us more armor. We're going to be based on speed, so we're going to kind of want a higher evasion rating. We got Claw, which is cool because it actually has a lifesteal effect to it. So I'm actually going to go ahead and equip... Oh, I can't because... you see how it says it's unidentified? That's where these come in. So we'll take our portal... And there it is, 13% accuracy rating, Nailed Fist of Calm, and I'm going to throw that in as my secondary weapon. This requires 17 intelligence. I believe I have over 17 intelligence. Yes, I do have 22. So first we have to identify it, yet again. And it gives me cold resistance and maximum life. Gives me an energy shield, which is basically magic resist. The hell with it. Can always swap it back later. Wand, broken sword, and the hat. It's got an evasion rating of 17 versus the helmet. The evasion rating being that high is probably going to do better than the 8 armor. So... there we go. Now I'm decked out. I look a little more like a badass. Yeah, so you see anything with red means it's unidentified. So, we don't need all these wands. Let's try and trade them. Okay, so we have the two now. Let's take a look at our guy here. He looks kind of like he is a reject from MASH. And we will call it for now, and the next time we come back we will head into town and we'll go into like the barter system and all that jazz. So say goodbye. Bye. 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 What do primitive tribes, waking nightmares, and cyber knights have in common? Apparently, Kickstarter. Find out more on this week's episode of Signal Boost. Hey kids, been a little bit since the last Signal Boost, but I promise it's back and in a big way. I'm Signal Warden, and this week we seem to have a Kickstarter theme, with 2 projects that currently need backing and one that's made it through and is getting ready to drop. The first is a nomadic RTS, the second is a highbrow adventure game, and the last, but in no way the least, a badass sword-based fighter. Ready? Good. Let's go. Unwritten, That Which Happened, is one of those Kickstarter projects that makes you wonder what is wrong with people. The idea is so fresh and interesting, and you can't understand why gamers aren't flinging money at it like a politician in a whorehouse. Let me give you the setup. You're directing a tribe who are making their way across the harsh tundra in search of their god. It uses a turn-based hex tile system, where you control multiple units who all share resources. It's like a high-minded Oregon Trail. The minds behind the game seem to be coming at it with a tabletop game mentality, which, with a game like this, I feel is a valuable and appropriate approach. Cutscenes and moments of decisions are delivered through clever animations that are based on Wayang, the Indonesian shadow puppet theater style found in Bali and parts of Java. The music also reflects the tribal aspect through a mishmash of different cultural sounds. Like many games being created right now, there is some roguelike permanence in play, and Rockslu Games, the developers behind Unwritten, are promising that no 2 playthroughs will be alike. A promise we've heard more times than I want to think about, but is delivered on way less than it's made. However, the passion and drive behind the game is palpable, and I urge anyone who is able to do so to help fund these guys if you can do that, and at the very least, get the word out.
I hope you'll agree that the idea is fresh and exciting, and share our passion enough to pledge to the project.
Just a heads up, this is not the same as the indie horror adventure game that dropped back in November. Here we have another Kickstarter project from a new studio, Lucky Paws. That almost fell through the crack. I'm gonna be upfront and say that at first glance there are some cliche elements to this game's premise. Being in an abandoned area, not knowing where you are, the Terrence Malick aesthetic vibe. It reminds me a lot of the first impression I got of Dear Esther. And that's the rub. I personally loved Dear Esther. I'm fully aware that there was endless bitching and moaning about how it wasn't a game and nothing happened, blah, blah, blah. I saw it as the first serious step towards diversifying storytelling in a new medium of interactive games. That's the thing that puts Homesick on my radar. Here's the chance for someone with a new voice to tell a new story in a new way. Now, the art isn't finished, so while there are visual similarities right now, don't expect it to stay that way. The current visuals are striking though, and contrast between an expansive sunlit villa and an ectoplasm-filled house of nightmares. Also, if you watch their Kickstarter video, you'll understand that the dog clearly deserves to have his vision brought to life. For real though, go and help Homesick and get the word out for a chance to deal another blow to the games aren't art crowd.
Games that offer new perspective and insight. We believe that games can be more than just entertainment. They can also be unique and memorable experiences. Thank you so much for watching this and joining us on this journey.
Now on to a game that had a successful Kickstarter campaign and is getting ready for release. I personally have just always loved fighters. I was that kid in the arcade that would hog Soul Calibur or Tekken for 2 hours, spamming Yoshimitsu combos, pissing everyone else off who dropped a quarter. Needless to say, I did a happy dance when I saw an upcoming fighter with an awesome selection of badass swords. Blade Symphony is a sword-based fighting game that centers around duelists from 3 different factions. The thing that grabbed me when I came across this was the visuals. The characters have such a distinct and elaborate style that I think many games strive for but usually come up short. The concept of dueling is great, and it appears the combat will take place in closed-off arenas, though some modes allow for free range of the map. They're throwing in weapon and armor upgrades as well, though I'm not entirely sure if they're stat changes or if they're purely aesthetic. The group making the game, Puny Human, has been awesome about putting up regular and deep info about the game's creation and process. The whole thing is being built on the back of the Source engine, and they seem to have real talent. This is the kind of game that consistently proves that indie devs can hold their own in the gaming arena. Puny Human hasn't announced a specific release date yet, but have stated that the game will be coming out very soon. So keep checking back here, check their official website, or check the Puny Human Twitter to stay in the know.
You win. Perfect.
That wraps up Signal Boost for the week. Be sure to check out the links for everyone we discussed below, and please like and subscribe so we can get a boost too. I'm Signal Warden. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.